The mind-boggling story begins with a lady named Sophia, who arrives in an unknown city and owns an apartment. This apartment was located quite far from the city, in the middle of a forest. Sophia's behavior seemed strange, as if she was there for some important mission. After owning the apartment, she collects all the property papers and heads straight to meet a man named Joseph. Joseph was a healer who practiced black magic and solved people's minor problems. Sophia told Joseph everything and asked him to examine her new apartment because she needed him to perform a dark ritual that would help her with something important. After giving him a lot of money, Joseph could not refuse. He came to Sophia's house and started checking everything. We find out that Sophia had given Joseph a large sum of money to perform the ritual, which was found in a book called Dark Book. This ritual allowed someone to summon their guardian angel. Sophia, with Joseph's help, was preparing to perform these rituals and summon her guardian angel. To perform this ritual, she had been preparing for a long time. Once the ritual began, Sophia had to follow strict precautions, such as maintaining a consistent diet and abstaining from sexual pleasure for a while. Even how much water she drank and when she would speak were all planned. Joseph was doing all this just for the money, but he knew how dangerous the ritual was. It took months to complete, and once the ritual was finished, the guardian angel would appear, granting any wish. Joseph asked Sophia why she wanted to perform this ritual. After thinking for a moment, Sophia replied that she was doing it to bring back her love. Joseph sensed she was hiding something, so he insisted that she reveal the truth before he continued. Finally, Sophia confessed that many years ago, her 7-year-old son had been killed in a kidnapping, and now she wanted to use the ritual to summon her guardian angel and ask for her son's return. Here, we see a mother's love for her deceased 7-year-old child, which is why Joseph could not stop supporting Sophia. Together, they began following the steps mentioned in the book. Next, we see Sophia at the supermarket, gathering items needed for the rituals. There were many important things she needed, which would be used over the course of several months. At the same time, Sophia's younger sister, Victoria, arrived and found her. Victoria tried to stop Sophia, as she realized Sophia was heading down a dangerous path. However, despite Victoria's pleas, Sophia didn't listen and told her to leave. Victoria then took all the items to her house, and Joseph explained the next steps of the ritual to Sophia. He warned her that the ritual would take months to complete and that they would not be able to leave the house during this period. Sophia had to be completely truthful, as any lie would cause the ritual to break. Throughout this time, Sophia would also face many disturbances and attempts at physical torture, but she had to stay strong and complete the ritual. Only then would her guardian angel appear and grant her wish. Sophia understood everything and mentally prepared herself, determined to finish the ritual. The next day, they were set to begin. Once they started, there was no backing out. Joseph also mentioned that he had attempted this ritual 3 times before, but only succeeded twice. Sophia understood that everything Joseph said was crucial, as this ritual was extremely important to her. She needed to summon her guardian angel and have her wish fulfilled, bringing her son back. The following day, Joseph began to create a circle around the house using white lines. This was a holy circle, and once the ritual began, they could not leave until it was complete. Joseph also instructed Sophia to gather all the necessary food items. Joseph instructed Sophia to keep a poisonous mushroom nearby, and she began questioning why they were doing this. However, Joseph became very angry with Sophia and insisted that she follow the steps as described in the ritual. Sophia couldn't understand why Joseph's behavior had suddenly changed, but he knew the ritual steps and continued to guide her. Whatever Joseph said, Sophia did, even though she was confused by his behavior. We are then shown a room where Joseph is wearing strange clothes and has drawn 5 circles on the floor, placing Sophia inside one of them. These were part of the dark ritual, which they would follow to try and summon her guardian angel. Each circle had a specific meaning. One large circle represented a boundary that created an invisible wall around the house. This was important because when they summoned the guardian angel, many evil spirits would also come with it. If these spirits were allowed to leave, they could cause havoc in the world, so they had to be kept inside the house. Another circle represented fire, which helped repel the powers of these evil spirits. Each circle had a specific role, and one of them was where they would summon the guardian angel after months of preparation. Time passed, and they continued focusing on the ritual. Joseph was following the steps, but the results were not coming as expected, knowing that nothing would happen quickly. He had to keep his focus entirely in one place until the guardian angel was pleased. Meanwhile, the effects of the ritual began to show on Sophia. She was mentally tormented. As they followed the ritual, several days passed, and one day, a bird suddenly flew into the window and died. Joseph explained that it was likely caused by the ritual, but Sophia, for some reason, didn't fully believe him. Despite this, she continued following Joseph's instructions. The ritual continued for several days in this manner. Despite all the efforts, neither Joseph nor Sophia had seen any results, and there was no evidence that a guardian angel was attempting to come to them. Joseph told Sophia that she would have to perform the forgiveness ritual, but Sophia refused. She was adamant that she would never perform it, no matter what. This ritual was an essential part of the process, where Sophia would have to drink someone's blood in order to please the guardian angel for the upcoming rituals. Joseph, seeing that Sophia was unwilling, began to blackmail her, telling her that if she didn't do it, she wouldn't be able to make her wish. Eventually, despite her repeated refusals, Sophia drank the blood that Joseph had drawn from his own body. Since they were the only two people in the house, Sophia reluctantly consumed it. Afterward, she began to feel the presence of someone else in the house. She felt as though someone was following her, watching her all the time. Sophia couldn't figure out whether it was a good or bad presence. She had always heard that guardian angels were good, but Joseph had also warned her that when the portal opened, the guardian angel would bring with it dark forces, which were not good at all. These dark forces could attack her or even possess her. Though she didn't understand fully, she continued to follow through with the ritual. As the months passed, Joseph began to feel an attraction toward Sophia. He purposely got closer to her, saying that he needed to be sexually intimate with her, as it was part of the ritual. Sophia initially couldn't comprehend how this could be part of the ritual, but Joseph manipulated her into believing it was necessary, so she felt she had no choice but to comply. However, as time passed, Sophia began to understand that this was a trick of Joseph's. She was angry with him and, in a fit of rage, added a small amount of poison to Joseph's food during breakfast. Both of them began to feel deep anger toward each other, but the strange thing was, they were the only ones in the house. Because of the ritual, they both had to continue together. Joseph kept thinking about why Sophia was refusing to perform the forgiveness ritual when she had promised to follow everything properly. He realized that Sophia was hiding something from him, and in a fit of anger, he grabbed her by the neck and demanded to know the truth. Finally, Sophia confessed everything. The truth was that she didn't want to summon the guardian angel to bring her dead son back. Instead, she wanted to take revenge on the kidnappers and murderers who had killed her child. When Joseph learned this, he angrily told her that by lying, she had broken the ritual. He said she was impure now and could not continue. He explained that she needed to purify herself first. Sophia was confused, not understanding what he meant. So, while Sophia was sleeping, Joseph entered her room, woke her up, and took her to a bathtub. He dunked her into the water, trying to drown her. But it was part of his method of purification. When Sophia's breath stopped, Joseph pulled her out and performed CPR, reviving her. After this, Sophia was purified, and now she could continue with the ritual. However, she was furious with Joseph for his actions. In her anger, she pushed him away, causing him to fall onto a sharp knife that was lying nearby, stabbing him in the stomach. Joseph was severely injured, and Sophia, despite the fact that he was at fault, tended to his wounds with a bandage. She didn't feel guilty, knowing he deserved it. The next day, Sophia resumed the ritual and continued with the forgiveness method. She drank Joseph's blood daily and began to experience strange visions. Meanwhile, in the house, odd things started happening. Sophia began to imagine a shadowy figure trying to communicate with her. After this, she started believing in dark magic and supernatural forces, something she had never done before. She now felt that she was getting very close to completing the ritual. As the ritual continued, Sophia became increasingly convinced that her guardian angel would come and fulfill all her wishes. However, strange sounds began coming from inside the house, signaling that demons had entered. It seemed that the portal meant for the guardian angels had already been opened by the demons, who had taken control of it. Despite this, Sophia felt unusually happy, believing that the guardian angels were still coming. Meanwhile, Joseph's condition worsened. The wound from the knife in his stomach became infected due to a lack of proper medical care, and over time, his health deteriorated. Eventually, Joseph died in his sleep. However, Sophia wasn't scared. She had already decided to perform the remaining rituals on her own. After Joseph's death, Sophia began reading his books, hoping to continue the rituals. But she found that many of the books were crossed out, making it impossible for her to read and understand them properly. Unable to comprehend the rituals, she was stuck. One day, while sitting in a room, Sophia suddenly saw demons. These demons appeared terrifying and made horrifying sounds. Sophia didn't want to be trapped by them, so she decided to leave the house. She crossed the line, which was against the ritual, but when she tried to start her car, the engine wouldn't turn on. She decided to walk instead. After several hours of wandering through the forest, she realized she had ended up back at the same house. This meant that as long as the ritual wasn't complete, she couldn't leave. Now trapped, Sophia went inside the house and sat down. Slowly, she started feeling that someone was approaching. To her horror, it wasn't a person but the demons who had come through the portal. Seeing them, Sophia panicked and tried to flee, but the demons, using their dark powers, caught her. They dragged her to the basement, where they began to torture her body as if they were enjoying it. Sophia screamed, but there was no one to help her. The demons even cut off Sophia's fingers, causing her a lot of pain. But after some time, suddenly a bright light began moving toward them from outside the basement. The light was so intense that all the demons present there immediately fled. Sophia, who was extremely tired and had no strength left in her body, followed the light and came outside. There, she saw her guardian angel standing inside a circle. The guardian angel appeared huge and powerful, wearing some kind of strange armor. Calling the guardian angel beautiful would be an understatement, as it looked truly magnificent. Sophia then said that she didn't want revenge, she accepted forgiveness and asked for peace for her son's soul. The guardian angel understood everything, and then it began speaking in a strange language. Sophia couldn't understand, but it seemed like the guardian angel was granting her wishes. After a very bright flash of light, everything returned to normal, and the guardian angel disappeared. Sophia had completed the ritual, and all the demons had left the house. Now, Sophia was seen taking Joseph's dead body and placing it in water to hide it because she didn't want to be blamed for his murder. She got what she wanted. She didn't ask for revenge or to bring her son back to life because bringing the dead back to life goes against nature's rules, and it would cause a disruption in the timeline. That's why the guardian angel manipulated her mind and made her refuse the wish. Sophia felt immense relief because she had tried so hard to bring justice for her son but, unfortunately, did not get the result she had hoped for. She left the house, sat in the car, and started driving toward the city. And our story ends here.